Well, there's a wide range of restaurant experiences to be had out there, thank goodness. Whether it's a quick stop to just sit down and grab something easy or fine dining, there's always etiquette that you should remember. Our Mr. Manners, Thomas Farley, joins us live over Zoom at a nice restaurant, it looks like. What makes a great diner? Or, yeah, when you're going out, you're ordering something off the menu, how do you play your part?
Yeah, so Alex, I wish you could be here joining me for this sumptuous meal, but it really starts with not remaking the menu. So I know you have friends like this, I certainly do, who you go into the restaurant, the moment the server comes over, it's, could I substitute this for this? And could I switch this for this? And of course, we live in the age of dietary restrictions, and that's understandable. But if you find consistently as a diner, you're remaking the menu or attempting to do so, you maybe have chosen the wrong restaurant. So most restaurants have their menus online. I would advise taking a good look at that menu beforehand and ensuring it has something that will truly satisfy your dietary restrictions rather than trying to do so on the spot. It just throws everything off in the kitchen and at the table too.
Thank you for saying that, because I've been at restaurants with my own friends where I'm just sitting here like cringing, like, oh gosh, have you ever been out to eat before? Okay, great advice. What about that engagement with the server? I think it's so important to be respectful. Anything in particular that you can do to make their jobs a little easier? It's not an easy job to be a server.
It's not, and I've never done it, but my heart goes out. I get what a difficult job they have. They're trying to balance a lot of different factors. So I think critically, it's very easy to sit down and immediately get caught up in conversation with our friend or a group of friends and forget the fact that the server has had to come over 3 and 4 and 5 times. Are you ready? May I take your order? Oh no, we haven't even looked yet, right? We hear that a lot. So once you've sat down, be ready in the first few minutes with at least your drink order, which is typically the first thing they will ask. And by the time they bring your cocktail or your drink over, you should be ready with your food order. Don't make that server have to take precious time out of serving other tables by having to continually ping you. And if your menu is closed, maybe it's because you haven't looked at it yet, but that's a signal that says we have figured out what we wanted. So if you're still deciding, make sure you keep that menu in the open position, which signals you haven't decided yet.
Good tip. Any differences about how your demeanor and behavior should be when you're at like a fine dining fancy restaurant versus just like a quick sit down?
Sure. I think we all hold ourselves a little bit differently when we're dining out. Perhaps we've dressed up a little bit more. We're keeping our voices lower, respecting the enjoyment of other diners. And I think there's not as much need, especially in a fine dining establishment, to be hyper chummy with your server. You get servers who they've got their flair and they introduce themselves and they're writing smiley faces on the check. That's going to happen not as often at a fine dining restaurant where their goal is to get in deftly and get out without you even realizing they've refilled your glass. So friendly, yes, but no need to be their best friend. In a more fast casual or a casual restaurant, that repartee is really nice. And there it is nice to both note the name of your server, especially if they've told their name to you, and to know what they look like. If you've ever, which one was our server again? And you wind up asking a busser to get something for you or a different server from a different table, make a visual identity of who your server is so that when you need them, you can bring the right person back to your table when necessary.
Agreed, but I do believe the best dining instances are when you go out and everybody's working as a team, so you can ask the next person, don't you think?
Yeah, I think
No?
I think there's a balance. It's not, oh, this is not what I ordered, and you're telling this to a busser whose sole responsibility is perhaps to take a table off a plate off the table. But as long as you, I think, establish that you know that that person is not your, would you mind bringing our server or asking our server to come over to our table is far better than kind of having this, oh, well, they all look the same attitude, and anyone who's under 30 who has dark long hair thinking that's our server when in fact it's not. It's maybe a lookalike. So I think show them the respect of ensuring that this is a unique individual. And if you're asking someone else for help, don't presume to act like they are actually your server. Ask them to bring your server to the table.
Well said. Mr. Manners, thank you so much for your time. And if you have questions you'd like Mr. Manners to answer, he's here with us every Monday. Email us at segments@9news.com and we'll ask the man. Thank you.